You guys want to hear something insane? This creator has over 160,000 followers and he could easily be making 60K a month from that. But like most educational creators, he's stuck doing content, service delivery, back-end work, and because of that, his funnel is just all over the place. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I'd fix it. My name is Ben Pilton. I've generated over 304,000 US dollars in the past 6 months as a growth partner for my clients. I also won school games in June of this year, and I got to meet the Alex Hormozi and Sam Ovens. So let's get into it. First of all, this video is not made to disrespect or single out this brother. I have nothing against him. My focus is purely on the funnel, and this is only for educational purposes, okay? So here's the roadmap. First, we're gonna go through his audience and his market to see who is he offering this to and what is his target market, okay? The second thing is we're gonna go through his offer and see, is he packaged something that is really attractive for his target audience? The third thing is we're gonna go through his content. We're gonna see, is he making content that is congruent, that is in line with who he wants to attract? The fourth thing is that we're going to go through his client journey and see, as someone who might be attracted to this kind of offer, how does that journey look like? How do we go from nothing to knowing about the guy to then actually buying something from the guy, okay? And then the last thing is I'm going to give you my thoughts on how he can actually create a 60K a month funnel from this. All right, so let's get into it. So step one, his audience and his market. In his bio, he says that he wants to empower Muslim men with mindset and mission. I don't know why he doesn't have Muslim in his Instagram, but that's essentially his target audience, okay? Now, is this niche down enough? That might be a question that comes up. I think it's decent. I think it can be more niched to actually get more buying power because Muslim men, there's so many Muslim men out there, right? Who says that, you know, the ones that you're targeting are actually going to have the buying power to buy what you're offering? Now, in terms of the market, this offer generally goes under self-development. Is self-development the strongest niche? In my opinion, it's not the best niche, but of course, it doesn't mean you cannot make money from it. There's a lot of people making a lot of money in the self-development niche, right? That's just my opinion on the overall market and the strength of it, okay? Now, a lot of the, the audience demographic is going to dictate the buying power. So, if there's a lot of people from countries that don't have a high GDP, I'm not a economics guy, but you know what I mean, right? So if they're from countries that have a lot of buying power, for example, the US, right, the UK, then this can be pretty decent offer as long as, there's a lot of pain behind it and he actually points out the pain in his content, which we'll get into, right? Now, in terms of something getting a bit more specific, we can talk about that in the step 5, which is actually building him the 60K funnel. But overall, I think that there is obviously a lot of money to be made in this niche if you do things properly, okay? So let's go into step 2, his offer. So what is he actually offering to these people? Now, we all know his mission statement or his one-liner is empower Muslim men with mindset and mission, but pretty much the thing that is in his bio is a link, a Calendly link, okay, to one-on-one coaching, and that's £99 for 30 minutes, okay? Is this the best offer? No, I do not think this is the best offer at all. Now, of course, this brother is a doctor as well. He might have other stuff going on, but regardless, I'm just purely judging the funnel right now. Like I said, nothing against the guy. Now, I would not run this ever as an offer. I would rather have nothing than to have this. And the reason for that is that, yes, some people might book in, obviously, right? But you are missing out on so much potential because you don't have a proper system in place. You don't have a proper funnel in place that makes things so smooth and actually makes it so you make the most amount of money per lead that comes in, right? And one thing I also noticed is he has supplements. So if I go to his Instagram page right here, you can see he has 2 links in his bio, okay? The one thing, let me just tell you right now, is always just try to have just 1 link in your bio. Because when people click, this is the same for mobile and desktop. If someone clicks right now, they're going to have 2 links pop up instead of just directly going to a page, right? You want them to just go directly to a page. You don't want them to have to click again because that creates more friction, which is not good friction, which makes it more difficult for them to actually get what they want and pay you. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video and you want me to audit your audience, your market, your offer, your content, your client journey, and help you plan out a 60K a month funnel for free, then click the link in the description, book a call, and let's have a chat. Now, you want to remove as much bad friction as you can. Good friction, on the other hand, is stuff like asking them qualifying questions, like what is your budget, for example, right? This is not good friction, all right? So his second link goes to his Facebook page, which, by the way, is not even really active. Like as you can see here, he has like 159 followers. You know, he is posting things, which I'm guessing is just posted through his Instagram, and he posted on Facebook too. And the link in his Facebook goes to nothing. Okay, so there's really no point of even having this here. I will just have just the Calendly link in there. Now, on top of that, he has mentioned another Instagram account on his profile, which is the Alsiha, sorry, underscore UK. Now, if I click this, it's gonna come to a supplement page, right? Interesting, right? So he has a Muslim audience and self-development, and now he wants to sell them things that will help ideally with self-development, but in form of a supplement. So let's go to this link in the bio and see what is he offering as a supplement. He's offering 5-gram halal creatine gummies, and it's sugar-free. Okay, now I again do not think that this is the best thing to be offering your audience, even if it's a self-development audience, right? And my reasoning is that this is not going to be that expensive, obviously. So in my opinion, with an audience that size and the fact that you're not making that much content, especially long form content, I would highly recommend to actually do a high ticket offer. Okay, and I'll get into that once on step 5, once we're on step 5. But does this go hand in hand with the audience, with the supplements? I don't think so. I think that yes, it can work definitely for some. I've seen another brother doing supplements, and his whole page is about working out, so that makes sense, right? But with him, he's more about self-development, not specifically working out. So in my opinion, there's a bit of a disconnect there between the two offers. Okay, so I would say not good so far. Now step 3, let's go into his content. On Instagram, he has short form content, and it's like the podcast style, which is, the podcast style has obviously been doing pretty good, right? Is it the most unique and the most innovative? No, but what works, works. Now, a lot of his content has not got that many high views. Like, for example, you can see here 92 likes, 130, 63, 87. Let's go down a bit further. We got, 398, 79. And you can see here, real wealth is quiet, losing character is the ultimate calamity. A Muslim man is secure in Allah. Sabr goes beyond patience, right? So all of this stuff is definitely self-development related. I'm not going to play the videos now, but it is in line essentially with empowering Muslim men with mindset and mission, okay? So I would say it is in line with it. Now, is the content calling out the biggest pain points of his audience? I went through and I watched some of the reels, and I feel like, yes, a lot of it is, but I feel like he could hone in on more specific topics and focus on those instead of trying to like hit every single thing, every single different thing. Because in self-development, there's so many different things, right? I'm sure you've seen people like Hamza on YouTube. The reason that he does really well is because he's actually focused on putting yourself out there, doing things that you're not comfortable doing, and he gives you actionable steps to be able to do so, okay? But when I watch his content, I don't really find that as much. It is a lot about the deen, of course. It is a lot about Islam, but I don't find a lot of, take these steps, do this now, type of thing. And also another thing about Hamza is that he is slightly controversial, so he does hook people and catch their attention. Dr. Asif, on the other hand, is not really that controversial or grabs your attention like that. I'm not saying you have to be controversial. I'm just noting the differences here, okay? Now on YouTube, he has long form content, obviously. Long form is the best type of content. What you want to do is you want to set up your short form, and then you want to have your short form link in your bio going directly to your long form, okay? So I would say no Calendly link, no Facebook, just link this directly to your long form. The reason for that is because on long form, the watch time is between 3 to 4 minutes, depending on the length of your video, but it's way higher than Reels. Reels have an average of like 5 to 10 seconds of watch time, okay? Someone is not gonna get deep trust and get as close to a buying mood or a buying trust level by just watching your short form. It's just not enough, okay? The watch time is just not enough. Whereas if you have like 30-minute videos, 40-minute videos, right? Hour-long videos talking, it doesn't have to be that long, but over time, if you upload like 10-minute videos, like every couple days, right? That adds up, and people have accumulated a lot of watch time by that point, which is a lot of trust. Now, Dr. Asif's page here is also a bit all over the place. Like, I don't find that it's specifically tailored towards his mission statement, which is empowering Muslim men with mindset and mission. Yes, these videos are touching on those subjects for sure. I watched a few of them, but at the same time, I feel like it can be more specific and niche, so to speak, to actually get people to be in line with what he wants to offer. Now, he doesn't really have an offer, obviously. As you saw, he has the supplements, which doesn't seem to really work, and then he has the one-on-one Calendly call. Okay, so in that sense, I would say he has mixed styles. Yeah, obviously most of it is talking head. Some recorded professionally, like, some there's actually like a setup, like for example this one. But a lot of them, like the other ones, as you can see, this one, they're not really in the same consistency. It doesn't need to be, but I'm just pointing it out as, it just seems a bit all over the place, essentially, right? And doesn't also seem geared towards the mission statement. Is it calling out the biggest pain points? I don't think it is doing so the best way. And also, I watched a few of his intros, right? Like,
Doctor,
if we watch this one real quick.
I'm certified. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm Dr. Asif Munaf, a medical doctor and certified nutrition expert, and I help Muslims live longer, healthier, happier, more holistic lives, combining science with sunnah. If this is something you're interested in, then make sure to click the like, subscribe, and do share the video with friends and family. In today's video, I want to give you a clear, practical framework for your health, one that's easy to remember and even easier to act upon. I call it the 7 pillars of holistic health. So you see, health is not just absence of disease. Health.
So we pretty much saw the intro already, and the way you want to do your YouTube intros is you want to keep this framework in mind: pain, promise, plan, proof, and also another thing we can add here is picture. So the reason that I started this the way I started this video is because I wanted to touch on pain points. I wanted to touch on a promise, right? I want to touch on a plan, like as you saw, the step 1 to step 5, proof, what I've achieved so far, and a picture, like a visual representation of the roadmap that we're going to go through, okay? Now, he did do the proof in the beginning, right? He did sort of do the plan as well. I didn't see that much pain touch there. And also in terms of a promise, yes, there was sort of a promise there. I will say that. But is that the best? In my opinion, no, that's not the best intro, because also he was asking people to opt in, right? He was asking people to not opt in, but like, subscribe, all that before he's even given any value, right? Ideally, what you want to do is give value and then ask for the opt in, okay? Or the like, or whatever the call to action is, okay? So that's his content. There is also stuff on like X, I believe, that he has, which is pretty much the short form videos that are posted on there. But again, not much traction, couple likes here and there. X is not really the best for this type of content anyway. X is more like text-based content. Not saying videos don't work, but again, the main purpose of that platform is that, and then that's why you have Instagram for like Reels and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that, okay? So actually, let me check if he posts on YouTube Shorts. That's one thing I didn't check. Yeah, so he has all his videos. That's good. He has all his videos that are on Instagram as YouTube Shorts as well. That's really good, actually. Okay, perfect. So step 4, the client journey. So what is someone who is potentially interested in this kind of offer? So a Muslim man that wants to, get a better mindset, self-develop. How does that journey go through for them? So they probably see his reels on Instagram or on YouTube, his shorts or his long form. Now, the problem I would say with his reels, one other problem is that they're not getting enough traction into the mainstream. Like, as you can see, he has 139,000 followers, which is good, but unfortunately, followers don't really matter on actually either YouTube or on X or on Instagram. What's important is the views and how far your videos can go, okay? And his latest videos, like if we go down, you can see the views here, like they can definitely be doing better. So I would say I would go deeper into this with him and be like, okay, why are these videos not doing as well as they should be? Because there's always a reason. and iterating on it to be able to find what that reason is. Maybe he is doing this, right? But for example, why does this one has 498, right? Let's watch this
For your
one.
meal, you should pay. That's the thing.
Let's watch it again.
A woman should not ever pay for your meal. You should pay. That's the thing.
Straight away, I would say that one has a strong hook, right? If we go into another one like this one,
Personal life means it should be kept personal to you. When you share it, it's not private anymore. It's public life.
in my opinion, again, that's not as strong of a hook. Let's see another one with less likes.
Allah has designated men to be leaders. He could have also designated women to be leaders.
Again, I don't think it's the best hook, and I think you'll find the same thing. Now, sometimes you might have a good hook, and then the video doesn't do as well. This is all in the stats of the video. So, like, if I had access to his Instagram statistics, I'll be like, okay, how much watch time average does this video have? And then we would try to decipher why does it have that, where is it dropping off the most? Like, where do people stop watching this video? And then work on that aspect of it, right? Again, the hook of the video is like the most important part. That's the part that you should spend like 80% of your time of making the video working on the hook and how you say it and everything, because that's what's gonna give you the most return on your investment, your time investment. All right. So that's what I'll quickly touch on his content. Now, in order for his content, I mean, to be posted more mainstream and actually gain better likes with the algorithm and all that, and work better with the algorithm, okay? So let's say I'm on Instagram and I just see one of his videos, one of his reels. Cool, I go onto his profile and I see, okay, well, what's this guy got? And he's got like a bunch of reels that all look the same pretty much, which can be good for like binging if they're all really good, if they're all really good content. And maybe some people do go through and like binge these. I wouldn't be surprised, because he does have a lot of content, mashallah. And the only thing I would say is, as you can see, the path that customer goes down is, okay, Instagram, opening up, Calendly link, then I have to click again, right? So friction, bad friction. And then here, I then have to book a call where I'll basically pay like right here on Canva, I believe, right? So, and then here you got some questions as well. So this could be good friction. What are the top 1 to 2 mental or emotional challenges currently holding you back? Right? This is definitely good. If you walk away from this session with just one breakthrough, okay, that's good too, right? He doesn't really need to qualify them in terms of monetarily, because I mean, you need to pay to actually get on the call itself, okay? So you got a bit more copy here. Let's see what he says. Overcome anxiety, beat burnout, build a formidable mindset. This isn't therapy. This is high performance mindset coaching. This looks like a bit of a ChatGPT written thing. Every time I see this little hyphen, it's like a longer one than the usual one. Like the usual one looks like this, right? But if I copy this one and I type it out here, it's bigger, right? That's usually always the ChatGPT one, so that's when I know that's from ChatGPT. Of course, this could have been edited and it could have been human edited. However, whenever I see that and I see all these emojis, I kind of know. And then, oh yeah, the bolding and everything, you kind of know that, you know, it's written by ChatGPT, which is, for me personally, someone that understands these things, not really a good sign. I want my copy to be handwritten by a person. So yeah, going back to the main point of discussion, my point is there's no real journey for these people to go through. They might go to his Facebook from that link and then be like, okay, well, this is basically the same thing. There's nothing on here, barely any likes or followers. Even if they click the link on the Facebook, it will take them to this empty page, which doesn't work. The supplements, again, doesn't really look attractive. Plus, like, obviously, no offense to the brother. Plus, if I go here, you'll see that I can't even order this, right? So the website doesn't work properly. And there's also a Stan store link in his X. So from the X, if I click here, it'll take me to a Stan store, which is under construction. So that doesn't work either. And then I checked actually on Facebook ads. I just want to make sure he's not running any ads for his supplements, which he's not. And he's also not running any ads himself as well from his account, which is not. And he also has a Threads account. I know this is jumping a bit all over the place, but just to show you guys every single thing that this guy is doing, so you know. And I believe in here, yeah, he has a link to a school community, which doesn't exist. It probably got deleted. He also has a page where you can contact him for podcasts, which is interesting as well. And then he also has a podcast here, which he was on, or it's his own podcast. I'm honestly not sure. but I just found this on Spotify, so that was interesting as well. So as you can see, this brother is doing a lot of different things. I would say if I was just to say one thing, it would be to focus on long form content and just have one link in your bio. I know that's two things, but I feel like long form content, one link in the bio, one clean offer, that would be 100 times better. Definitely not the Calendly offer, but having a one offer, which is let's say a high ticket coaching for 3 months, right? Self development coaching. I would sell that, either that, or I would sell a course which is low ticket that just requires higher volume, right? Which obviously can be solved as well. But yeah, so the client journey is pretty much non-existent. There's no selling page, no landing page. You just get on a call with him, you get some value, and then what happens after that? Like, let's say I do book a call, I get on for 1 hour, but obviously that 1 hour, like, definitely is going to be useful. I don't doubt that, but what about after that? Like, obviously I'm going to need a lot more time and work to actually be able to change my situation, right? And then obviously he has his Instagram and X, which I went through already. Now on his X, again, not much content, unlikely for someone to proceed through there, and the links are broken. Okay. So step 5 is his 60K a month funnel. So a lot of the stuff I mentioned already is definitely part of that. Now, Hormozi's new book, he talks about, win your money back. He talks about giveaways. He talks about, these are the attraction offers, by the way, the first offer you give someone. He talks about giveaways. He talks about win your money back. He talks about buy one, get one free. And he talks about, I forget what the last one is. Pay less now, pay more later. Okay. Now, I would honestly just start by testing his attraction offer and finding what the best one would be. Okay. What do I mean by that? I mean, I would first of all change all these links, just remove the Calendly link, change the Instagram link to his YouTube, start uploading videos on YouTube, long form videos, I mean, because of obviously the watch time. And then people that watch short form, it's just a gateway to the long form, okay? The long form viewers are way more likely to purchase. So that's the first thing, okay? The second thing is that for the offer itself, I would design an offer, an attraction offer. So the attraction offer is just one part, the first part of the money model, as Hormozi calls it. The reason I'm just following this step by step is because it's a proven framework that I know works because we just did it and it worked amazingly with the win your money back. I think win your money back is one of the strongest offers you can have if it fits into your niche. Would win your money back work for his niche? It could, but there just needs to be a tangible outcome. Like, for example, with him, we could say, okay, you pay us $500 now as a deposit, as long as you journal twice a day, as long as you do all of your prayers, as long as you do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right? You make a list of things that they need to do. Then they can win their 500 back at the end of, let's say, a month, right? Now, you might be thinking, why would I do that? That's like me basically giving free coaching. But it's not, because as people see results from what you're giving them, as long as their goal is a long-term goal, then they will have to continue somehow, right? Now, after that 30 days, they can continue on their own towards their long-term goal, or you can give them a really, really nice upsell, right? A rollover upsell, and you can get them to actually stay with you, right? So for example, let's say they pay 500 and they're on track, they're doing everything to win their money back. I might check in with them on like week 3 or week 4 of their program, and I see, oh wow, you're doing this, how do you feel? How's the progress going? They're probably gonna be so happy, right? Because they're doing all they can to win their money back. And then I'm gonna tell them, look, what I can do for you since you're doing so well is I can actually apply that 500 credit towards a higher ticket program, which you're gonna get more support and you're gonna be able to hit that long-term goal, right? Because obviously this is a long-term goal for you, right? It's not something where after this 30 days, you're just gonna stop working on it, right? They're obviously gonna say yes. Now I wouldn't word it verbatim like that. There's obviously a way and a process to be able to do these things and a script, but that's the general idea, okay? So it's like, this is a long-term goal for you, right? Like, you're still gonna need to do things for longer than this. Yes. Okay, cool. What we can do is take that 500 you already paid and apply it towards a credit, as a credit towards a higher ticket program, which is gonna help you hit that longer term goal. As you saw, you already got results in this 30-day program, right? It's a no-brainer. And on top of that, like, this is something I just thought of because I was like, I just want to make this even more of a no-brainer for the customer, is that on that check-in call, you can basically be like, you know what? If you decide to move forward with this today, like the crediting, I mean, and the higher ticket program, then I'll even give you an extra $100 of credit, so 600 instead of 500, if you move forward today. That's just for today. And then that will also obviously help get people across the line. And that's just the win your money back offer, right? There is obviously the pay less now, pay more later. There's the buy one, get one free. There's the giveaway, right? I don't think giveaway would be that good for this type of thing. Pay less now, pay more later could be good. That will just depend on obviously how well the landing pages are set up, what the offer specifically is. You could say like, pay $0 now, pay 300 after you get the results at the end of this 1 month program, right? And then once they opt in, you'd be like, okay, now that you opted in, if you want, you can pay less now. So you can pay 100 now that you've opted in, and you will get these bonuses: bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3, and you will still be guaranteed to get the result. If you don't get the result, you just get refunded, right? Super no-brainer. And you get a mix of people who don't pay you until the end, but they pay you more, and you get people who just pay you upfront the 100. This can work with like webinars and stuff like that. But for his specific funnel, I feel like the win your money back could be deadly. It's really good with like a lower amount of traffic as well. And I would start doing long form. I would start doing Instagram stories with ManyChat, like running stories and then running like a DM call to action in the story, like a very simple story, not many words, call to action in the story, and then ManyChat automation to basically send them to like a YouTube video or something longer for them to watch, basically, which is value plus it's kind of like a lead magnet, which then leads them to the win your money back offer. And then the win your money back offer, they just book a call, they get on a call with whoever's closing that deal, and they pretty much automatically close. Like the win your money back, we've been taking calls for that type of offer, and it's like the easiest close that I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, and I'll tell you something, like people have been asking me that on the check-in calls before I even like pitch them or anything. They're like, is there any way I can like continue doing this, because it's that good of an offer? Okay, so that's how I would turn this into a 60K month funnel. I would first start by the attraction offer. Okay, obviously I mentioned changing his links in his YouTube bio, changing his Instagram bio, changing the focus, which should be on long form content, not short form, and then the short form is a gateway to long form. I would stop posting on X for now until you have YouTube working, and then I would basically have all the links in the bio. I would have the link in his YouTube bio just be one link. Okay, no Instagram or Twitter here or X, no Calendly. I will just have this link be the win your money back landing page. Okay, and then on that landing page they'll be able to book a call, and then on the call they get sold into the program, and then the rest is history. Okay, so that's how I'd make it a 60K funnel. Once we know that the win your money back offer works, once we have that proof of concept that it works, then I'll install the upsell. Okay, so as we see people are coming in, let's say we sell like 20 spots for 500 for the win your money back, we're like, okay, cool, this is working. Then we'd be like, let's set up the upsell. So what can you actually offer them? Let's say you offer them like 3 months of coaching where there's like weekly grouping calls, etc., weekly coaching calls, etc. Then on those calls you teach them and stuff, this is how the high ticket program works. Okay, cool, let's now try the upsell. Let's try this amount of money, let's say 2,000 for 3 months. Oh, it's too much. Okay, no one's taking. Okay, let's kind of reduce it a little bit, right? This is all through testing, but essentially that's how I would structure it. That's how I would turn his funnel into a 60K a month funnel, in like and that can be done in like 2 months, maybe maximum 3 months, right? So if you did enjoy the video, just let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you are interested in us like auditing your funnel, then there's going to be a link in the description. Just click that, and see you on the other side.